Okay, we should be live on YouTube now. uh, who we got? Snowy Princess, Benny, Cher, Roger Person. Good afternoon, team. How are we? Hope you're all well. Um, just saying hello to a few of you there on TikTok. Just gonna say hey guys on YouTube and see what is potentially setting up, if anything at all. Uh, hmm, Not really. Okay, so if I was going, so shorts on gold underneath here for sure. Peter Cole, good afternoon. Um, okay, let's do a few house rules because I've just seen a name in here. So a few house rules, guys. I'm a price action trader. I do not trade ICT, SMC, fair value gaps, anything with three letters apart from BPC, which is one of my trades. Um, so look, don't mention it, don't talk about it because I don't do it. Don't do orbs, arbs, whatever it is, you name it. I don't do it. I won't give you the answer that you want. So if you do want to talk about those concepts, this is the wrong place for you. Okay. There is to be no sledging or no talking hastily towards fellow streamers on here. We're all here to do the same thing, which is to look at the markets for opportunities and hopefully take a return from it. Now, like I said, I'm a price action trader. I will trade what I see. I will stick to my rules regardless of whatever comments come in via the stream. If you like what you see, fantastic. If you don't, there's no need to say anything. You just leave quietly, okay? Um, with that type of community. Uh, so let's get on with the analysis. Who have we got in? There's a few new faces in here today a few new names that you know, that I am not familiar with. So if this is your first time to the live stream, guys, just type in a yes in the chat, please. This is your first time. Wang Badmana, I'm not doing anything yet, buddy. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on the sidelines for now. Uh, if we look at the higher time frame and we see what's going on, we're in a little bit of a mess. If anything, the market is just ranging. We need to clear some space in order to take some trades, potentially on the NAS. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Uh, we're looking at gold right now. So today broke yesterday's high and then has since continued bearish. So on that basis, my bias is kind of sticking to the short side, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Um, yeah, so we're going to see if Tiago, welcome. Billy Vibes, good afternoon. Um, okay, so let's see what is going on here. Okay, so 4-hour candles. Now look, there's always a discrepancy with 4-hour candles on the basis that it depends where the market or where your broker is got their server. So 4-hour candles can look very different from one broker to another. Um, so always remember that. So just bear the 4-hour candles with what you see with a pinch of dust, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's have a look at the hourly. Hourly potentially. All right. I'm seeing a what we call in our membership what we call tennis ball effect. The market's slowing down and then we're starting to see some acceleration. But will it look like this on the lower time frame? So on the 30, we can see resistance was formed here, but we've got these wicks to work with. When we go to the 15, last resistance was here. So what I'm going to look for is potential breakout long above here. So I'll be looking for buys above 33.28.4. Okay. I presume that's a joke, Jack. I don't trade orb. I don't do fair value gaps. I don't do smart money concepts, ICT, none of that. So if you're looking for that information, you're not going to find it here. Um, so I do apologize if that disappoints some of you, but I'm only going to focus on price action and price action alone. Right, we've had price rally from most recent support here. The question is, do we break above or do we reject this area? So I have to wait at least, what, 9 minutes for this candle to close to give me an indication of whether I'm going to be trading a breakout, of which, if I am, we can see next structure is up here, and then the one preceding that will be up there at 33.37. So, uh, what can we look at? Benjamin, how are we doing? Fenton, good afternoon. Cyprian, good afternoon. Uh, yeah, so look, guys, it's a matter of just sitting tight, patient, wait for the quarter past the hour, candle to close. Look at the NAS. Okay. Um, hmm, daily. There's nothing for me here, to be fair. If I, the only option, and then to be fair, it's not one I'd be favoring purely because it's against sort of market trend, 715, 39. You got 54 points up for grabs. Would be shorts below here. I'm not, other than that, I need to see it break out of these highs. I need to see some direction. All these candles are a little bit choppy. Um, Gold, what level are you looking at for a retest or something else? Uh, no retest, just looking for a break. Want to see a candle close above on the 15. If we get a close above on the 15, if the next candle wicks down, we'll buy the break of that high. Mr. Buckley, good afternoon. How are you? Commander-in-Chief, good afternoon. Anderson Carmona, good afternoon. Uh, yeah, so I'm just looking for clear traffic, guys, and clear traffic is going to be candles like this. So, Patrick, good afternoon, sir. Hope you are well. So, listen, this is the thing that people suffer with. It's being patient. Let the setups come to you, and if they don't come, then you don't do anything. But, this is why you'll see when you watch here, if you come here day in, day out, you'll see a very high success rate because we're super, super patient. Uh, uh, right. What level will you be targeting for TPs? So I always have, especially in this type of condition, so because we're not aggressively trending, my first TP will be 10 pips, $1. I'll scale half out, move stocks up, move stop loss up to break even. Yeah, so always the same, but we'll see how this one closes. We've got 6 minutes to wait. If it goes, it goes. Don't be impatient. Don't just jump into it now. Um, okay, patience is a virtue when it comes to trading. Yeah, absolutely, Reese. Um, okay, yeah, so levels you can see they're highlighted at 33.33 and 33.38 basically. So we're just gonna wait, guys. This is where it comes in. Now, I'll be looking for a breakout here, but if this candle breaks out, this is where look, I'll bring the rules in so you can see it. So this is what we're gonna do. There's no like second guessing. This is how we will trade the breakout. So the first thing we're going to look for is a close above resistance. If that happens, do we have clear candle space to the left-hand side? So look at this big momentum candle and say, right, okay, if we get above that level, what have we got? We've got 54 pips to work with. No, we're not buying yet. We're waiting. Why just gold and NASDAQ? I trade DAX in the morning, so there's three markets. But ultimately, you've got to think when you're going to trade. So for me, I trade around London Open and US Open. They're the two times that I want to trade. Why do I want to trade those times? Because that's when fresh cash, lots of volume into the market. Then, which asset classes do I want to trade in those times? Well, I want to trade something that's very liquid. I want to trade something that has very tight spreads, um, and volatile. And they're the markets I selected, and that's why I trade them. Mark, what do you think of silver right now? Entered last night on nose trade, and it's very slow to move upward. I mean, that will be an end of day trade, so it's not like my traditional style day trading. With it being a swing trade, you could be in it for days, weeks, maybe. Um, so it's not. Do I have a Telegram channel? Yes, I have a free Telegram channel. It is, if you go to my profile, you'll see a link in the bio. In fact, I'll just share the link here. Uh, there you go. Sell looking likely on gold here. Well, I will sell if price closes below here. So sells below 33.21. Okay. Uh, Potential if we get a false break, but that would mean price would have to close above, then close back below. So Josh McLaren, TP 33.22. Okay, nice. Uh, Bottom of the candle is Fibonacci from yesterday. Don't use fibs. Uh, what have I missed? That's it. Um, Pleasure, Stephen. Let's have a look, see if we're getting any movement. Not really. Should we still wait? Uh, yeah. I mean, look, has this candle? So listen, I mean, look, you do what you want to do, but I'm telling you what I do. I've said I need a 15-minute candle, so this closes in 2 minutes. I need this to close above 33.28.4. If it doesn't, then we don't have the first part of my rules being met. So then there's no point me looking at step two, step three. I have to wait for the next 15-minute candle to close. But it could still do that. Yeah, no, no, it's okay. I'm just explaining why I'm not buying yet or not selling yet. So this is my rules, and it doesn't mean they'll you might not like them, you might not want to follow them, but I'm just explaining to you step by step what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And then you can maybe go away and implement a plan for yourself, because ultimately the best way to stay disciplined is have a plan. To achieve anything, Commander in Chief, is it not better if it closes above the wick? I don't mind as long as it closes above this area. Yeah. The further it closes away, the lower probability of success. What do you mean by the next candle to wick down? Okay, so the next candle needs to start off by being a seller candle, by moving lower. As it moves lower, we'll place a buy stop above the high of this candle. So if you imagine in order to fire a bow and arrow forward, you have to pull the bow back, you let go of the bow, and the arrow will project forward. So that's what I'm looking for when it comes to the candles here. I want the next candle to go down, attract buyers to create buyers' interest, and that will then give momentum as buyers push up. So, did that make sense, Dan? Right, we've got a few seconds left, so let's just, okay, so we've wicked down. So you've wicked down now, guys. You can put the order in if you're going to do it. Um, I just need to set my partial TPs. And there we go. Get that there. Sorry, guys. I'm just putting my TPs in for now. we're going to push that one right out of the way. All right, YouTube, I'm just going to put you on because you're easy to do. There you go. YouTube, you should see the screen. TikTok, you usually take a minute or two. Hold on, that just needs to go under that candle there. And then when we trigger, we can move it. Okay, so we're creating a bottom wick. Uh, I'll leave that there for now. Let's get another partial TP on. Put that just below the structure and set. Okay, so we're in now, guys. Trade is live. Hold on. Error. That should be 100. So trade is live. This is gold. So yeah, we're just waiting for it to. Let's just put another one up here. Yeah, we've just gone long. We're down 6 pips at the minute. This is a 15-minute time frame. Mark, how come your stop loss is big, TP1 is short? Uh, this is the way I trade. I use candles, price action. As soon as this one goes a couple of pips in profit, that'll be my risk. So this is just how I trade, guys. Like I said, it's I have to use price action. If this was a small candle, then I'd have a initial small stop loss, but it didn't even move into profit. It literally just tapped me in and went offside. Should we buy? That's your personal preference. I'm just telling you what I've done, why I'm doing it. So the rule was, did we close above the resistance level? Yes. Second rule was, does the next candle wick down? Yes. Do we have clear candle space to the left-hand side? Yes. Buy stop above the previous candle's high. That's it. Now trade management. Now this didn't even go into profit. If it went into profit, I would have brought my stop right up underneath the low of this candle. So I've been triggered in by spread, unfortunately. Now this can be a bit of a bitch when it happens because, like you see, if I've got a big stop loss, like we do on this one, it's much bigger than normal, but it's the rules. Yeah, just by all means wait or put your entry above the high of the candle now, if you want to do that. So, Mark, which broker are you using? So this one is a global prime account that copies onto multiples. So got Icon, got Fusion. Uh, they're the ones that I use mainly. Well, hi, all late today. Not a bad thing, Anna. I've just been clipped in by spread. Stop loss hunter. Stop loss hunter. Um, yeah. Stop loss hunter. Not sure. Um, okay, so first one, did we close above resistance? Absolutely. So the second one was, do we have clear space? So do we have momentum candles to trade into? And the answer is yes. Third one was, did the next candle wick down? It did, but this could be a bit of a shitty trade right now. It wicked down, but in terms of the buy stop, it literally got clipped in by the spread. So just about to. Not a lot we can do with this one, guys. If it comes straight down, this is bit of a shitty luck is all I can say, but it happens. So yeah, yeah, buy in, but this is why we look, price action will be the clues. If it breaks the highs, in theory, we should respect the lows. If not, you have an outside candle. Outside candles are infrequent, but we'd seen market create a high, a lower low, then we broke structure, created a new high. So waiting for the wick down to attract buyers. Now, look, ideally we don't want it to go all the way down here when we're in the trade because it's not ideal for the psychology of a trade, is it? Because people start to panic, they do daft things as it starts to move down. Um, we have to wait for price action. If it just goes all the way down and takes it out, that's what happens. Um, Win rate will vary. A bad month would be around 50 to 55%. Good month, 70, 75, and anything over 75, I'll be as happy as a pig in you know what. Um, Live. I don't have any funded. I have had funded in the past, and there's always been reasons uh, why they can't pay you out. Members are doing very well with a company called Instant FX Capital. A lot of them being paid out by them, so that is a very good thing. Because one of the guys in here yesterday, I think he was with Funded Next, I'm not sure. He just said he was due a big payout and they blocked his payout for one reason or another. He's not a member, he's just someone that was online, just said he just was due a big payout and they've rinsed him. XNest broker, don't know it. XS broker, a lot of people using this broker nowadays. I don't know it to be fair. Recommended CFD trading on 212. I wouldn't use 212. Top Step, yeah, seen a few people using Top Step. I can't comment on them. I never have. How long have I been trading? Since 2009. I didn't have a grey beard when I started, to put it that way. Um, I was always a swing trader, high time frame trader first. Stopped trading IC markets. Heard things about them, decent spreads from what I'm aware, but again, never traded with them. Based in Australia, but yeah, can't say. Yeah, I'm in. I'm losing at the minute. I'm 24 pips offside. Uh, Pre-market and daily is bearish. Any reason you're trading lower time frame pullbacks? I trade what I see based on rules. So no guesswork. It is what it is. Clean charts. It either breaks the level, breaks pricing, doesn't break pricing. It breaks a candle high. It doesn't break a candle high. That's it. No emotions. Have zero emotion. It does what it does, and I either get stopped. How May I ask how you have set partial TPs? Okay, so I use something called Magic Keys. Most of my members are using something called Trade Assistant, and some are using what's the other one? Dane's Trades. Someone's just said avoid Nova funding at all costs. Um, thanks, Will. I'll make sure everyone knows that. Yeah, so look, we're in a negative position right now. Uh, 39 pips down. Ugh. Uh, I'll follow GFX copy signals. He's all right. I don't know him. Bad weeks almost most of the time, but when he hits, it's good. Yeah, I mean, look, I always say when it comes to signals, don't follow signals. You want to know a process behind it, um, because with all due respect to whether it's signal providers or what, I don't know. It's very easy to show something and do something else. So the most transparent way is doing this. You'll see me win, you'll see me lose. Um, More often than not, you'll see me win. But like any boxer, thanks Umar, welcome back, buddy. Like any boxer, any athlete, any sports person, you can't win all the time. It'd be lovely to win all the time. And you have to accept defeats aren't personal attacks. It's just, in this case, it's the market going against your judgment, your theory, your process. When you're watching football, it's not that one team will win every single game. They'll have losses. Why is that? It's just nature. Uh, I have one that's very transparent. It's called Sniper Pro, but yeah, I do want to learn. I just can't. Ah, nice. There's loads out there. It's a minefield, but you just have to find who resonates with you, what you like, what you don't like. It'll take some sifting. You'll have to go through loads and loads of traders, and then you'll find a style as well. Remember, it's not one style. There's loads of different styles of trading. There's scalpers, there's day traders, there's swing trading, there's ICT, SMC, whatever it is, orb, order blocks, you name it. I mean, there's that many different variations these days uh, that were never around when I first started. Why did you take this? The 30 did close above, the 15 had no top wick, and 50 stops. Well, I don't need to have a top wick, but there is a top wick. So that's why I've taken it. I gave you the rules before I came in. So closed above. So look, here's there's the resistance. It closed above. Next candle wick down. We have clear candle space. Next candle wick down triggered me in. That's it. No ifs, buts, no maybes. What didn't? That maybe go on YouTube and you'll see it. I just rely on my broker data. I don't know what you're seeing on yours, but I'm not trading your broker. I'm trading my broker, so I have to go off what I see on my data. Cheers, Ryle. It's kind of you, bro. Um, you and Trading Caden are the two I've seen that do open honest lives with clear, simple analysis. Thanks, Dan. Much appreciated, mate. Like I say, I don't know Trading Caden. In fact, you might have been on here the other week, actually, thinking about it, that name. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, at the end of the day, listen, it's trading's not easy, all right? Rules are easy. The process is easy. Once you've got a process and you know it inside out, that's the easy bit. The hardest thing to do is control yourself. You know, sometimes you'll see something that meets the rules, but you just get that little bit eager to take the trade that you'll just do a market order instead of wait. Or one thing that I have a few issues with is with magic keys, and I know some of the guys do with Trade Assistant, is you might put a device in or you might close your PC down, you restart it, and for whatever reason, the last thing you might have been on was the magic keys or the Trade Assistant. And if you hit enter or you press a button, sometimes it just plays the goddamn trade without you realizing. You just hear the sound. And then it's like damage limitations. If you don't hear the sound, you can be a little bit screwed. So always make sure you've disconnected your magic keys or your trade assistant before you fire the PC back up again. Where's my TPs? I've got multiple. I've got one at 10 pips, I've got one at 33 pips, one at 72 pips, and one right the way out there at 33.44. So, okay, trade management. Can't do anything yet. If this current candle breaks the high of the bearish candle, we're going to move our stop loss underneath the low of this current candle. So that's going to be the trade management. But we've got, oh, comics has opened. It's a bit steady. First half hour has gone pretty fast. So let's see what happens. How's the little one, Umar? In fact, have you got a second now? Am I right in thinking you've got a second? Uh, who else? TG Salam, how we doing? Don't. Dog's gonna go nuts. Amazon's just buzzed or someone. So if you do hear some yapping in the background, I apologize. Uh, uh, Spenny, come here, come here. Here you go. Come here, come here. Ah, there he is. This is my boy, Spencer. All right, what we're gonna do? We're gonna buy or sell, pal. What do you want to do? Yeah. What do you want? Loves a good old kiss, don't you, mate? Loves a good old kiss. Go on, get down. He's a cockapoo. Cockapoo, yeah. And he's 11 years old. There's Wix on YouTube. Thank you, Fenton. Uh, on Elias FX, good afternoon. How you doing? Lots of names that I don't want to pronounce wrong. Wanda Squally, how we doing? So look, need this one to break the high of the bearish candle high, and then we can start pushing our stops up and reducing risk. Tom, how we doing? No camera on YouTube. Yeah, sorry guys. I can't. I've only got one camera, and also if I was going to have a camera this side, that's my bad angle. No, only joking. Yeah, just one camera. So it is on TikTok as it's an easier platform to orientate around on the live. All right, getting close now. I'm gonna buy two. Nice one, Abu. No more questions. Anna, you got yourself a little crown. I don't know what the crown means on YouTube, but uh, not on that trade. Would you recommend to go in? Yeah, above the high of the bearish candle. So, Caden is real cool. He swears a lot. My cat has placed a trade walking across my keyboard. Oh shit. Yeah. You got to love animals. Luckily, my dog can't get up here. He's a bit old. He's 11 now. Little bit chunky to be getting up on the table. Back in the day, he'd get up on here if he thought there was food on there. Let's go back to work. Good luck. Okay, see you, Patrick. Take care, bud. Bit of a slow burner, this one. Must be something to do with you being a regular on YouTube. Yeah, it's a buy. We're in a buy on gold. I'm 4 pips down at the minute. For streaming purposes, do you prefer TikTok or YouTube? Always wondered if there's a difference between. Um, Okay, so YouTube, people on YouTube are generally a lot quieter. I get a lot more interaction from TikTok, which is good. But there's a lot more people that come via TikTok that don't necessarily want to be here, and then I find that people will transition. I mean, I'm still new to streaming, by the way, guys. I'm literally really new to this. I've been thinking I've been doing it on TikTok about 4 weeks. YouTube probably since January. Um, but yeah, I think they're both like I use OBS to set up um, YouTube. Whereas TikTok has its own studio, which I mean, I may be wrong. You could do it through YouTube. I don't know. It's just what someone showed me. So I think TikTok's probably the easiest and definitely more engagement. You do get a lot of engagement that maybe you don't really want to talk about as well, which is why I always try and start off with house rules. I would say it's a little bit more aggressive on TikTok as well. Um, how people want to speak can be a little bit more detrimental towards other people. Um, but if we iron that out at the beginning, which is why I always like to start off with the house rules, that this is ultimately um, a live trading session where we're all trying to do the same things. And if you don't agree with things, then, rather than being rude or uncourteous, then just go to a different live stream. That's it. I mean, there's there's no hard feelings. Do you close partials manually? No, they're all set. As soon as it goes past these purple lines, it'll close 50%, 50%, 50%, and leave a little bit for the last bit. So yeah, okay. Why is that? Should be so yeah. So with MetaTrader, you have to get a plugin of some sort. So I use Magic Keys. My members predominantly are using Trade Assistant or Dane's Trades. I'll so Magic Keys, Dane Dane's Trades, or Trade Assistant, which is what most of them use. Gold going up today. Well, I hope so. We've just bought it. Okay, so we just broke the highs. So look, what we're going to do is just bring the stops up now. It's a very slow trade, this one. Have you used Trade Copier before? If so, can you? I use Social Trader Tools. So this account copies onto multiple other accounts. I like to trade a relatively small account here. Um, And the reason for that is just so I don't get blitzed with numbers and seeing P&L. I never have my P&L showing. Um, Even on small accounts, I don't do it. I don't like to see it. I just stick to the fixed rules. Um, so this will trade a small account here that copies onto other accounts. Could you please explain convenience, yield, and cost of carry? Okay. Cost of carry, this will vary from broker to broker. This you can get paid or it can get taken from your account on a daily basis. It's to do with interest rates and it will be dependent on what your broker wants to charge you. So if you go to your specification on the currency or commodity that you're going to trade, it will tell you all the details about the contract size that you're trading. And if you go to swap long and swap short, it will tell you how much you're going to get charged or how much you're going to get paid on a daily basis. On a Wednesday, it's a triple rollover, so you get charged or paid 3 times the amount on a Wednesday. Would you apply the same rules for trading stocks? I would apply the same rules for anything because ultimately the price is the price and the rules are based around price action and the candles. I've never done it on stocks, so I don't know. I've only done it on these markets, but ultimately it's a price action based theory, so it should work on any asset class and any time frame. BPC on the DAX as well. Well, I'm in a trade, so I'm not going to be looking at anything else, guys. So apologies. Um, Sell entry. Okay. Gold sell currently. Nice. But I'm probably about to get stopped out here for maybe 22, 23 pips. What am I in for? Are you EU longs? No, there we go. That's me done. I'm out. So 20 pips lost on gold. Now I'm just going to change you back on Social Trader Tools. It's just a website. If you go to Social Trader Tools, for your first two accounts, it's like, I don't know, $20 or $30. For 5 or 6 accounts, it's like $60, and it goes up incrementally. And then, yeah, look, at the end of the day, losses are losses. They happen, and when they happen, you can't take them personally. It is what it is. So gold for me now is off limits. I will remove drawings. The only gold trade I would consider now would be if we get a close below 33.22. But I'm not doing anything on gold. Members, yeah, DAX BPC looks good. Let's just get rid of these. Wait for this candle to close. Oh, got 20 minutes. 4 minutes. DAX BPC would be a trading opportunity here. So I just the 1 second, guys. Right, there we go. Traders Connect is $10 per account. I've never used it, so I can't comment. We've got 3 minutes for this, and I'll show you what the setup is. So this would be a BPC. This will be my second trade of the session and my final trade. So look, can you? No, you can't see the rules. Let's do that there. Can you see them now on TikTok? I know you'll be able to see it on YouTube. So have we closed above resistance? Yes, because this was all-time highs. Now, do we have a minimum of 2 seller candles downrange? Answer is yes. A downrange candle just means it has a lower high and a lower low to the previous candle. Are we in an uptrend? Yes. Do we have a bullish candle close? Well, not yet. We potentially have a bullish candle close, but we've got 2 minutes to wait. Do we have clear candle space to the left-hand side? Yeah, we've got lots of nice big momentum candles to trade into. After a bullish candle close, wait for the next candle to wick down. So if the next candle if this candle closes like this, the next candle pulls back down. We're going to place a buy stop above the highs. I'll just look to trade it up into that previous all-time high there. Where am I thinking the NAS is going? I'm not trading it at the minute. So 1 minute. W- 20 seconds left. 9 seconds. And then we just need to see the next candle move lower. If it moves lower, you have different strategies for each pair. No, I just have a few strategies that all work the same. I'll explain. So BPC, it means it's a continuation trade. The breakout has already happened. Now we're just having a pullback. Are we going to get a wick down? So setups I have are the breakout. It doesn't look like we're going to get a pullback, guys. I can trade it on the 30 of my broker because it is, so I will buy on the 30 based on my broker. So uh, okay, so I'm in this trade. I'll show you why, because on the 30, so this is why you have to trade your broker. Fucking hell, where do I do it on this? Yeah, there's no wick down, but this is why if you look YouTube, so if we do this here, right? Oh, sorry, 1 second. I'm gonna have to do it on TikTok now as well. You have to trade what you see on your broker. So my broker, the starts on quarter past the hour. So look, we have a rejection candle here, but if we look at it on the 15, this in theory is my wick down. The market's come down, it's rejected, we've closed. So I'm in on this using the 30-minute candle. I can be really, really aggressive if I want now and put my stops underneath this candle here, but I'm just going to give it, I want to see if it, oh, I've not put my partial TP in. There we go. So my broker, the hour, it starts on quarter past the hour with the DAX. You'll find some brokers start on the hourly, whereas mine, each candle will start on quarter past the hour. Right, okay, so let's bring it up. So very little risk now. This is the DAX or German 30 or German 40, depending which broker you're with. So 8 points up. Gold. I'm not in gold. This is DAX. First TP is 20 pips. Now, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not changing to look at gold, guys. I'm in a live trade, so unfortunately, once I'm in a trade, you will not get me leaving the screen. Let's have a get the old bit of Spotify on or something. Can you explain what made you take that trade? Yeah, so look, we had rejection candle here. Trend is up. The market, as soon as it broke this high, that's me in. Stop loss straight underneath the lows once we've gone 5 points in front. TP's at 20 points. Auto break even, I've not put in. Auto break even, 15 pips. This one, I'm only doing one TP at 20 pips and then the other one at the highs. That's it. I'm not doing any other. Hey, Paddy, how you doing, mate? How's the new job? Gold or USD? What do you mean gold or USD? NFL Sire. This is the DAX. I'm not trading either. This is the DAX, German 30 or German 40, depending how your broker will, depending how your broker will put it in their symbols. Nice, nice. Well done, mate. What am I going to do? You buying? Yes, I am in a buy on the DAX. We bought above the 30-minute high. Now, the 30-minute high will be different on my chart to some people's charts because on the hourly and the half an hour, they're going to be different candles because mine starts on quarter past the hour. Some of yours will probably start on the hourly, which is why your 30-minute candle might not look like this. I just have to trade what I see. Yeah. So look, if I go to the, yeah, the 30 on, what's this one on here? With on IG that I've got on TradingView, looks nothing like this. It's just a bearish candle now. You got a bullish candle. Is there a name for the concepts you trademark? Just price action. That's it. Right, we're break even now, guys. So that's break even. Once we got to 15 pips, the market, did you see it? It moved the stop loss straight to break even. So we can't lose anything now. Always a great position to be in when you can't lose anything. 330 US 30, 230. Yeah, it will open at 230. So in 40 minutes, you'll see index US indexes open. Hi Mark, hope you're well. New trader here, investing in high dividend shares. Any advice how to build? I don't trade, I don't buy stocks, but look, high yield. I think if you're looking, are you UK or US based? I think Legal and General is a pretty good high yield stock in the UK, but you don't get any capital growth from it. You're just using the yield to basically compound your growth. So you have to UK. Okay. So look at Legal and General. They're very good for yields, but like I said, I don't trade them or invest in them. But again, it's you have to think about what you things that you want to do and why you want to do it. You know, so for example, for my daughter, just put her some money every month going into uh, an index tracker. So I'm not being active with it. It's just something that when she's 18, she'll have something that's hers that she doesn't have to ask for. Um, and that's it. That's it. So, if you're building for yourself, then look, you want to, I don't know. I mean, this is a great vehicle for earning extra revenue. Um, Maybe then you take the cash out and you reinvest it. Maybe you do it in a company for tax purposes. Everyone's circumstances are different. So, first thing I'd say is find out what's the most tax efficient way for you to manage capital gains and growth, um, and then start looking at from that point of view. Uh, it's perfect for me as I only work weekends. Oh, lovely. Ah, right. I should guess by your name, right? I can see what you do. What about are you playing in some big clubs? Is it moving? Ah, yeah, down. Any questions, guys? Any questions? Because we've had one trade today, which was a loss on gold, and we've got a break-even trade no matter what on the DAX right now. Top Step Trader, heard of it, don't know anything about it. What is an index tracker? So just, for example, it'd just be like using something like the S&P 500, using a Vanguard, any one of those kind of funds that will track either a basket of companies or you use a specialist. Um, so mine's just done through Hargreaves Lansdown, and then I just go through a lot of the funds, see which ones are performing quite well over a. You want to try and beat the market, right? So what fund is beating the market? And when we say beating the market, it's just like beating the S&P or beating the NASDAQ or beating the Dow or beating the FTSE. If anything can beat that, that is consistent, then look into it. Um, Live, trustworthy broker for swing trading. Um, when you say trustworthy, do you mean one that's going to fill you and execute you at certain prices, or one that's uh, regulated? Because regulated doesn't necessarily mean they're trustworthy. Just means they've got all the paperwork. Morkel just joined analysis on gold. I'm away from gold right now. I just took a loss on gold. So I'm just gonna VU with Vanguard. Yeah. ICT concepts, absolutely not. Um, if anyone knows how to set up a banner on TikTok or YouTube, that would be amazing. Because all I would love is just certain like house rules just to be there permanently, so I don't have to constantly. And it's not your fault for asking about smart money concepts or ICT. I just don't do it. I don't talk about it. Um, you didn't know if you've just come in, so it is what it is. So if I can get a banner or anyone can teach me how to do that, I'd be mightily happy because the amount of times I have to say, no, I don't talk about smart money concepts. No, I don't do ICT. No, I don't talk about ARB. Or no, I don't talk about order blocks. No, I don't talk about God knows what else. But don't do fibs. Don't do this. Don't do that. I just price action trade and that's it. Very boring. Asking because it looked like a major possible sell. A major possible sell. Well, let's see. If it is, it is. I don't lose anything. I get stopped at break even. Very slow today. Uh, Gold is just doing nothing. But it is going up. Literally where it tagged us out, it's just moving a little bit higher, but it's still not at where our entry was. So it doesn't matter anyway. We've taken the loss now. Once you've taken the loss, you move on, you dust yourself off, and you go to the next. Uh, yeah, no, that's what that's what people do. You don't reinvent the wheel, right? You just repackage it in a different way. And however he's done it, he's definitely got the attention of the internet. I'll tell you that for sure. Because there is so much talk about it. And we're about to hit TP1. Well, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but we're 1.5 pips away. Make it zero point 0.8. There we go. That's TP1 done. So TP1's hit. Uh, we've detected inactivity during your current live complete. What? Yeah. What the hell's going on? So, guys, on there's some weird things going on. They just said there was inactivity happening on TikTok. Is that right? Was I not answering your questions? Um, yeah, this is the DAX or German 30 or German 40, whatever you want to call it. It will be dependent on what you see with your brokers. And it all comes down to because it used to be the German 30, then obviously more companies got added to the index, and now there's 40 companies. So depending where your liquidity provider is, it's either called the DAX, the German 30, or the German 40. They're all the same thing. So, uh, all right, did anyone take that trade back out of curiosity? Hmm. Uh, One second. Oh, Jesus. Shit. Sorry, guys. Man, sorry, guys. Apologies. Uh, something just went down the wrong hole. It's what happens when you hit D1. Sorry, guys. With a shocker hitting target. uh, Blood's just died. Yeah, go. Don't make my missus happy. Yeah, all good. The TP1 choke. Yeah, it's a new submission. It's called the TP1. Yeah, I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm all good. But in fact, I'm not all good, but I'm surviving. One question: should I buy a funded account or crack? uh, um, love it. That got the cough gone. Look, I mean, if just check the link in my bio. There's an instant company there that I recommend, and that my traders and members are doing. You did make me laugh, mate. You did make me laugh. Potential gains on both choices. Potential highs. Where are you trading now? Big CRT. I'm just on the DAX. I'm not doing anything now. 27 points up. Um, we're just gonna go for we've taken half off at 20 and we're just letting it run now. And we'll trail it based on price action. So um, I'll show you. So let me just so if you on this here you'll be able to see my free channels and you'll be able to see the instant FX capital. So when you click on the standstill, links in my bio. I've just shared it there. I've been trading. How long have I been trading for? Today, 1 hour and 6 minutes, but in general since 2009. Long time, long time. Seen a lot of things. It used to be, if I was to go back to when I first started, any fool could have made money. It was easy. Because you had interest rates, you had the markets used to trend more. There was less, there was no real algos and Twitter feeds that were sending the market in all sorts of weird and wonderful directions. So I got profitable within about 7 months of starting. Um, and again, look, let me see if I can. I'll bring up my original. Uh, what did I call it? Uh, uh, I'm going to show you what is it on here. What was it called? What do I call it? Day trading. What was it called? I was just going to see if I had my original flowchart that I created that was where how I first got profitable. I don't know if it's on here or which. I tell you what, let me just have a look on something quickly. Um, and if I can find it, I'll show you because this is what got me profitable. Um, watch this flowchart. I think this might be it. No. Why is it not showing? Oh yeah, it is. All right. Okay, so this is I'm just going to share a different screen with you in a second. Just need to bear with me a second, guys. It doesn't matter what's happening there. Right. Okay, I'm just going to share a different screen with you. This was the original thing that got me profitable, and you'll see the date on it. Damn it. Let me see. There you go. Can you see that on TikTok? And there you go. You should be able to see that on YouTube. Now, so I'll tell you what it says because it might be a little bit small for you on TikTok. So on the oh shit, on the top left, it just says currency pair, monthly, weekly time frame, mark on all strong support and resistance levels. Then change to the daily time frame and add strong support resistance levels not shown on the previous time frame. Daily time frame. Look, this is where you can see it's changed. Must be overbought, oversold, or hidden divergence for trend continuation, or diverging for a reversal. Then on the daily time frame, apply the fib levels. You can see how long ago this is. I don't use any of this. Leave only the horizontal levels that show confluence with price action and fib retest levels 38, 50, 61.8 or fib extensions 127 or 161.8. Is there any significant interaction setting up between the PA and confluence levels? If so, add the currency pair to the watch list. There you go. Joel, how you doing? So that was how I created my watch list. Once my watch list was done, then I had a flow chart like this as well for taking the trades that would start at the daily, go down to the 4 hour, go down to the 1 hour, go down to the 30, go down to the 15. If it wasn't a setup, I'd go back to the 30 and so forth. So this is like I said, I've always had a plan. No matter what I've done, I've always had a plan. So, if you want to get successful, guys, and you want to be good at trading, give yourself the opportunity to do that. Um, where's So that was going back to 2010. I'm sure you saw the date on the Google Sheet corner. But yeah, guys, if you want to be good and you want to develop, get yourself a plan in place. I've always had one. I've always made sure that I've been disciplined when it comes to trading. You know, when money's at stake, you've got to make sure you're disciplined. All right. What is my monthly percentage target? I don't have a monthly percentage target, and I'll give you a reason why. Um, what day was it? And I tried to explain this to my members in the best way I could do it. Guys, members on YouTube, what day did I go for a run last week? When I said I'll do 15K, what day was it? Was it Wednesday or Thursday? So basically, I said I'm going to go for a run, and I generally run between 8 and 10K. Okay, I don't go much further than that. But I thought, do you know what? I'm going to mix it up a little bit. I'm going to do 15K. So I've not I've not run as far as that in a long, long, long time. I don't. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna mix it up. So my goal was to run 15K. I thought the only way I'm gonna do that is if I keep my heart rate sensible. Because I always push myself when I'm out running. Um, so it was Friday, was it, Anna? Okay, thanks. Um, so I was giving them updates as I was going around, and I went, where did I start? I went through Finchley, then Hampstead Heath, down to Regent's Park, past London Zoo, around Regent's Park, and back to West Hampstead, right? So what was I telling them? When I got to 15K, I said, shall I stop now? And and I didn't. I ended up doing just over 17. Why was that? That's because there was more fuel in the tank. So what's the point in stopping? So I asked the guys to give me a rationale between trading and that. And the rationale was if you've got a setup, trade it because tomorrow there might not be a setup. So let's say you enter the markets today and you have an amazing month and you get 20% or 10%, whatever it may be. And next month there's only a couple of setups and you have a losing month. But all of a sudden you've just averaged yourself out at 10% or 5%, depending on what you returned the previous month. Yeah, I'm live every day at 1 o'clock. So I'd always say just keep trading. If you've made an amount that you go, do you know what, Jesus Christ, I can't let that go, then just stop trading. Um, But this ultimately why I generally trade a smaller account that I don't see. How many trades do I enter a week? 1 to 2 trades per session. This session we've done 2 trades. We've had one loss for 22 pips on gold. We've had one win. We've banked 20 pips half on DAX, and we're 24 pips up. And I'm just seeing what happens if we break the high of this candle. I'm going to move my stop up underneath the low of this candle. Do I need to know everything before I start trading, or I only need to master one thing at a time? The only thing you need to know at first is how to use your broker platform. You want to make sure you know how to trade the lowest lot size there is, how to cancel the trade, how to. So that's the only thing a demo account is good for. So you learn how to place a trade, put a stop loss in, how to cancel a trade, how to close it if you've made a mistake. That's it. Then to start, you want to be able to put a set of rules in place. Now that can seem like a minefield and where to start when you first start going, which is why you probably find yourself um, uh, on live streams or searching YouTube for different traders. Find something that looks simple, sounds simple, and you actually see that person trading it live in front of you, because then you'll see whether it works or not. Um, Bots, I'm not that keen on. The best thing for me in terms of how to make consistent gains is get rid of everything on your chart. Just trade clean price action. I just realized I'm on the wrong screen here. Sorry about that, guys. After I put after I put what do you call it on the flow chart, I forgot to come back. I traded with a bot today and earned up to 3K. Yeah, no, I'm not interested in bots, thank you. Uh, ah, there we go. So bots have only ever caused me aggro and grief. The trader, exactly. I'm new to C trade and I want to buy stop, but I put a direct market order. It cost me 453 quid. Right. Well, all I can say is before you, if you do move to a new platform, the best thing you can do is just put the minimal lot size in so you know exactly what to do. What's going on here? Uh, J to B to let's have a look. What's this all about? If interested in trading, send me a WhatsApp. Okay. Trader B, if you would like to promote yourself, then I think the best thing you can do is start a live and show them what you do instead of coming to my live and doing it. But if you want to do it here, that's up to you. I'm not going to block you, but surely people must read between the lines and think, hmm. Can you show me how you analyze price if you don't mind? It's really good listening. Kang, yeah, sure, mate. I will show you. Just let me. Hold on. Let me just see if this candle can break this high. If this candle breaks this high, I'll move my stop up. And if it breaks, Raheem, we are long on the DAX. We're 30 pips up on the DAX. So getting close to breaking that high. If we break that high, I just bring the stop up underneath this low. Strategy, simple high and low strat will win every time. Uh, nothing wins every time. And if it did win every time, you sure as hell wouldn't be on this live stream. I mean, look, If if it won every time, if mine won every time, do you think I'd be sat here just doing live streams on a daily basis? No. You want to create different revenue streams. And like I said yesterday, I'm totally transparent why I do my live streams because if people like what they see, if people like what I'm doing on a daily basis here, they might want to become a member. They might want to join my community because at any point I can just stop doing the live streams and I'm doing it free because I enjoy it. I'm trading at this time. I get lots of questions asked. Do you know what I mean? Oh, mate, nobody knows everything. And do you know what? This isn't me being pig-headed. I'm not going to try and know everything because it's like that old saying, don't fix something that's not broken, right? Trader B, see you, mate. Take care. Have a good one. Um, I've noticed that sometimes you use 5 minute or 15-minute chart to move stop loss when trailing a winning trade. Any rules on that? Um, Look, if something starts going really, really aggressively, I'll just start bringing the stop up aggressively. Quang, I use the same one, but because I'm in a trade right now, I can't just leave this, right? I want to bring my stop up a little bit if we break these highs. So in 8 minutes we've got uh, the open, so we're probably going to see a little bit of a knock-on effect. Oh, gold just had a little sell-off. I see. Yeah, gold's just stay away from gold today. Um, Stop should be safe now anyway if it's going into drawdown, you're in too early. If it's going into drawdown, you're in too early. Not sure what you're saying there, buddy. Where was the entry? The red line. Yeah, the lower red line, that was the entry. That's where my stop loss is now, so it's at my entry price. We scaled half out at 20 pips, and we're just seeing if we can run it up to the highs. But I want to trail stops. Ultimately, price may go up there, it may come back down first before going up there. We've no idea. You may just get triggered into your trade. I mean, if you get triggered into your trade by spread, do you kill it instantly? Because you're instantly in a drawdown because of spread and commission. So you have to decide at what point you're moving your stops to break even. Um, oh, right, okay. I don't trade smart money concepts, but yeah, when I hear people saying it swept the liquidity on the sell side or buy side, I know where they're kind of heading with that conversation. I didn't until about 4 weeks ago, and then I got bombarded with the content. So, is DAX good market to trade? I like to trade it, yes. Why? Because it is volatile, it's very liquid, uh, it moves well. So, this is the DAX and the NASDAQ are my two indexes. I generally trade the DAX in the morning and the NASDAQ in the afternoon, but this set up nicely, so I traded this one. Okay, so there we go. Right, so just locked in some profit, guys. Okay, so I'm going to let that do whatever it's going to do now. Let's pull it in. Um, Quang, you were asking about gold. So let's go to the DAX, go to the DAX. Let's go to TradingView and take a look at how I would map out the gold chart. So I'll do this before I go. So on my MT5, DAX is called the DAX index, except, yeah. So depending on the broker, you've got the DAX, German 30 or German 40. They're all the same. Um, so look, way that I would, um, oh, 1 second. Sorry guys, just need to do this very, very quickly. Bear with me. Just need to pay someone very, very quickly. Okay, nearly there. 1 second. Quang, I'll be with you in 2 seconds and I will go through exactly how I would do it. DAX is moving nicely. Okay, there we go. That's done. Okay, so what I always look for when I'm trading is, or when I'm looking at price action, where to decide where I want to trade from, is I want to mark out the most recent, yeah, TP2 on the DAX and a nice one, 40 pips banked, lovely jubbly. Uh, yeah, I want to mark on the most recent, so most recent resistance would be here. Most recent support that we're looking at would be down here. So then I go to the 4 hour. Now look, those two levels, they're not going to influence my decision on a trade right now. They could be areas that I would look to take money off in the marketplace, but they're definitely not going to make me want to take a trade right now. I've been with them, but gone with TO markets because unlimited leverage. Because okay, so now let's look at the hourly. Okay, so structure. Where do we see structure? So first support area is here. Seller candle followed by buyer candle. Um, Resistance isn't yet formed yet here. Why? Because this candle's still running. Um, Next resistance area that I would look at is up here. So in theory, I'm looking at this right now and saying I'd want to be short below here and long above here. Let's go to the 30-minute. Okay, this candle's still live, so I can't use this one. If I did, let's have a look at the 15. Okay, so we have resistance. So we can look at long above here. So in theory, if we got a candle close above here, we can go long up to 33.34, which is just short of 50 pips. So that for me is plenty. I'm scaling out at 10 pips. This support level is going to drop down here. So right now, this area is what I call my no trade zone. So I'm not going to do anything in that area. I'd want to go long above here, 50 pip range. Now, the 15-minute chart looks a bit messy down here, so I'm not even going to pick the sells. I would only look for the buys. I would only look for the buys. I don't like the sells. I just don't like these candles here. Too messy. Uh, So that would be the way that I'd look at it. Scaling out, where do I want to scale out? After my first 10 pips, here and here. See, this is why I laugh about, oh God. This is why I laugh about TikTok. All gets a little bit heated in the chat. All gets a bit heated, and there's no reason for it. You know, if you can't keep yourself composed and you can't speak with decency, I don't want you in the chat, guys. You know, ultimately, everyone in here is trying to do something with trading where they're trying to become profitable. So, or they're trying to become consistent. So, all I ask is you keep it clean, you keep it decent, and if you don't, see it. Okay? I don't want to be blocking people because when I do, I seem to have issues with whatever. Um, so, what did you mean by it looks messy on the left? Okay, so if you look at no device detected. Why is it saying no device detected? Uh, okay, so you see these candles here. Oh yeah, you can't see on TikTok. That's why. Let me move it across. I always say look at it. It's much better to watch on YouTube. So if I'm looking to trade into an area, what I want to see is I want to see momentum candles. So if you look, let me just change onto uh, MT4, and you'll see what I mean based on the type of price action I want to trade into. Now, look, we might get stopped out because price is coming down towards my stop while I'm waiting for it to change. I've changed it on YouTube, but TikTok always takes a little bit longer. John Gibbs Muller, click on my link and you just um, if you want, it's easy to see. Just or go to the link in my stands in my bio, and you just see my YouTube links because you get to see the whole screen. Um, he's talking facts now. You want to see volume picking up and the price. Yeah. So um, these type of candles. Why is it not changing on TikTok? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to change screen so you can see it. Uh, but I do need to go in a second. We've got a few issues on TikTok. Um, I don't know why it's not allowing me to change screen. So effectively, if you look at the candle, let me see if I try again one more time. It doesn't appear to want to do it. Okay, so in that case, let me see if I can have a little. Yeah, TikTok has just decided to. Here we go. No. Uh, Yes, sorry guys, I'm literally having a nightmare on TikTok at the minute. It's I'm stuck on TradingView. So basically what I want to see is when I'm saying it looks messy, is I don't have large bodied candles. You've got lots of little candles with wicks either side. So small bodied candles with wicks to the upside and to the downside. That's just going to create you havoc. It's like driving in rush hour traffic. If you want to drive where you're gonna get to the end destination quickly, you want an open road. You want it where there's no traffic, and that would be big bodied candles with little wick on the top, little wick on the bottom. And that is when you get above a resistance or below a support area, when you see clear bodied candles, momentum bodied candles, that's going to be a lot easier for you to get to your desired destination. Doesn't mean you're going to get there, but you'll be able to lock in profit along the way. Does that make sense? Trade entries are always based off the H1, the M30, or the M15. I like to go down as low as possible if the structure is there. I won't go lower than the M15 unless it's like CPI data or something. I will look at the 5 minute, um, but I don't go down too low. Okay, it's just preference. Uh, yeah. So let me see. I'll see if I can get across onto. We'll try it one more time, see if I can get over to MetaTrader on TikTok. I've got it on YouTube, but not on TikTok. So look, if on YouTube, guys, if we break the high, I'm going to bring my stop up underneath the low of the current candle. So if we break, what's that, 24,157, there or thereabouts, I'm going to bring my stop up underneath the current candle low. Right. Yeah, does not want to move for some reason. Okay. All right, guys. On that note, I'm sorry I have to go now. Vic, cheers, buddy. Glad you've had a good session. Fuck. I'm literally right. I'll just show you quickly. So you see these candles here? These are a lot easier to trade into than if you've got small bodied candles like this. So I know that once we got our setup here, if we got through that area, for the market to stop in any of this traffic here would be a lot less unlikely than it would be if it was small bodied candles. And any view on gold, stay away. Um, Potential buys above 33.29.70, but other than that, stay away. I don't like the sells on it. We need it to have some direction, need some momentum candles. Okay, so guys, listen, I've got to go. I've got lots on this afternoon. So, and if anyone uh, wants to jump on the free Telegram channel, click on the link in the bio. You can see that there. Um, I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Thanks, Bulls FX. Thanks, Gold Trader. Cheers, Peter. Cheers, Anna, Vic. Will, who else we got through there? Terry, Peter Cole, Sid, Fenton, Simon. Do I trade futures? No, just the spot market. Peanut, see you, bud. Narinda, take care. Farik, Hussein, see you guys. Right, 50 pips up now. Lovely jubbly. All right, guys, take care. Bye, guys.